Hey everyone, welcome to week 1 of the 2020 college football season. My name is Mike Browning. I'm the host of collegefootballroadtrip.com, and what a season it is. So much unexpected going on. We still don't know what this season is going to look like week for week as we go on. If you haven't been keeping up, I have decided this year not to go on any trips due to the COVID-19 situation. I just thought it would be difficult to travel, not knowing if games are going to happen or not knowing what the stadium capacity was going to be, wanting to stay safe and not travel long distances any more than I needed to. But with that said, there are some conferences that are moving ahead with the college football season. So since there is going to be college football played, I'm here to do my weekly college football picks. So we're going to start off with this week with the week 1 games. Now, this week is a pretty small week with a lot of teams pushing out the start of the season until later in September. But there are 5 games this week that put FBS teams up against other FBS teams. So we're just going to take a couple of minutes, run through those 5 games, and I'm going to give you my picks for week 1 of the college football season. And we start off this season tomorrow, Thursday night. We have a game between South Alabama and Southern Mississippi. This is a game that I don't honestly know that much about. I haven't been keeping up with some of the smaller conferences. So I went and looked at the records from last season, assuming that the teams that were better last year will probably keep up this year. And last year, that better team was Southern Miss. So because of that, I'm going to keep up with that. They're also the home team in this matchup. So I'm going to pick Southern Miss to win at home against South Alabama in the Thursday night game. Next, let's move to our 3 Saturday matchups that have FBS teams against FBS teams. The first one, we have Middle Tennessee traveling to Army. I was planning on going to the Oklahoma Army game later in September this year, so I'm a little disappointed that I'm not going to be able to go to that game. Army's going to be a fun place to watch a football game whenever that occurs. Army is always one of those unconventional teams where they have the triple option that's always hard to defend, it's always hard to get up for. I think in this matchup, Army is going to have a better team. I think Army, with that triple option, is going to be able to win this matchup. I'm going to go ahead and pick Army over Middle Tennessee on Saturday. Our next Saturday matchup takes SMU down to San Marcos, Texas to take on Texas State. SMU always has a decent team, at least in the last 2 to 3 years. They've been a lot better than they have been in the past. They're going to a Texas State team that hasn't really had that much going for them as far as their record over the past few years. I think that's going to continue this year. I'm going to pick SMU to win this game. We have SMU over Texas State. Our final Saturday matchup takes Arkansas State traveling to Memphis. It's going to be a pretty close matchup. Memphis has always played pretty decent, at least the past few years in the American Conference. I'm not sure they're going to be as strong this year as they have been in the past, but they will definitely have enough in the tank this week to get over Arkansas State. So I'm going to pick Memphis over Arkansas State at Memphis this week. And finally, what I think will be the marquee matchup of this week, on Monday, on Labor Day, we have BYU traveling to Navy. This is a matchup that came around last second due to all the other cancellations and postponements. BYU traveling to Navy. Navy is another one of those American teams that have looked really good the past 2 or 3 seasons. American as a whole has been a very strong conference the last 2 or 3 seasons. I think that's going to continue this season, and that's going to continue this first week of the season with Navy winning over BYU at home. So Navy over BYU. So those are our 5 matchups for this week. Not a full slate of games. I think next week there'll probably be a few more games that we can go into as more teams start to take the field. I'm really interested to see how this whole COVID situation pans out. Will we have a full season? Will teams be able to play their full slate of games? Will we have cancellations along the way? How is this going to determine conference schedules and how that plays out? How is it going to impact, bowl season and conference championships and ultimately the national championship race at the end of the year? So you'll just have to stick around. I'll be here through the season as long as football continues going on. In the meantime, enjoy the first week of college football, and we'll talk to you again next week.